Hey, 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 beautiful people. Hope all is well. Let me get started on Insta. Hey, 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 beautiful people. Hope all is well. It's your girl, Tanya Weeders, ECMG. I'm doing double duty here. So if you see me looking back and forth, I'm looking at you dead in your eye. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who have posted up some of your results that you're doing extremely well, especially on the getting the high paying job anyway and getting the promotions. And we have so many people who are responding to that, and we just want to say thank you so much for realizing that the power really is within you. And if I could do anything to help, I absolutely would. And so we're going to have this quick little Q&A because there is a question that keeps popping up, and I think that not only does it deserve or warrant this kind of exchange, but it may be time for another video. Yeah, it has been a while, and I do apologize for not getting back to you, but not for the reason why, which is I'm extremely busy, but more help is on the way. And so that means for you that you're going to be getting more content sooner rather than later. And post up in the comments and let me know if you want any more drive-bys this way, where I just drop in and I give you a few diamonds and then you're on your way, right? So what prompted this was an actual post, and now that I'm in this, it's not doing what I needed to do. But I received a message earlier today by someone whose name is I Gotcha. I think it's I Gotcha. I Caught You. And so here is their comment in full effect. He says, hey, or they say, hey, quick doubt. Maybe it's a note. He's saying quick note, but my dad doesn't believe in subliminals, but I really want him to get a promotion at work because he works so hard and he's underappreciated. And so if I listen to him or listen to this for him, will he get a promotion? And I believe I actually spoke on this before, but I'm going to say it again. Now, it's slightly different, but it is the same. When you wish for something for somebody else, do you know what that does to you? Do you know what that does for you? That makes you the recipient. That makes you the receiver, if you will. Much like on your television or on your radio reception. These are receptors of sound or energy that is coming into you because you're asking out of love and you're asking in love for your father, for your loved one, for the people who are around you who may not believe what you believe. But I posed myself a question over the past couple of days, and maybe this will help. What would you do every single day if you knew that you were going to get the result you wanted? If you knew of absolute surety that this is something that is going to give you the guaranteed results. For example, if you know that eating vegetables every single day is going to attribute not only to fat loss, but it will build up your immunity, would you do it? Right? So it seems like such a simple question to ask and answer, but then it's in the doing. This is the wonder of faith and what you believe. Faith and belief is so super important in your life, because if we don't believe in anything, then it's very easy for us to be distracted and destroyed by things that have nothing to do with what we're called into the earth to do. So beautiful human being who reached out to me to let us really ponder and sit on this. The answer is that you can listen to this for your dad, even though it's better that he would take it upon himself. But here's how the magic works. Here's how the Holy Spirit works. Here's how the universe and all of its resources work. If you see what the problem is, then you are called to be part of the solution to that problem, right? So if you see that, let me go back to the text. You said that he's underappreciated and that he works hard, right? So why don't you begin to engage him, right? The deal here, even in my daytime work, the deal here is to always be more interesting than interested. And so start asking your dad questions like, what does your perfect day look like? Like, if this was the best day of your life, what would it look like? What does work look like for you? What would it mean to you if you walked into your office and, let's say, you know, they gave you the day off, or they gave you the week off with pay, or they doubled your pay and they decreased your time, right? How would that make you feel? Because when you start engaging him in those kinds of questions from the perspective of not wanting to get something from him, but want to get something for him, your whole situation begins to change. Your relationship is going to get deeper, because how many people have you heard within the past 5 days get on the phone or get on a Zoom or get in any way of communication with you and ask you about your dreams? Ask you about what your perfect day is going to look like. It doesn't really happen. It rarely happens unless, like I said, there's something on the other side of it, like a sale or to close a deal, right? This kind of deal that you're looking to close is that your dad is elevated. Not just in the job, because if he gets elevated in his spirit, he's going to get elevated everywhere in his life. That's how the Holy Spirit works, right? So there's no way that you can just get saved, quote unquote, for the believers in the Lord. There's no way for you to get saved in just one area and not the rest, right? That I heard somebody say something yesterday. It was absolutely amazing. That God is not interested in your misery, because he didn't call you to be that. He's interested in you becoming what you have always been designed to be. And that's someone who goes forth, multiplies, replenishes the earth, subdue it, and have dominion. With what? Everything that he gave you. There is nothing missing in us. There is nothing broken in us. We might be bowed from time to time because we're in the flesh, but I want you to know of absolute assurity that your faith not only builds you, but it builds everyone around you. And if you can take that and you can implement that and incorporate that into the language that you use for your dad and with your dad and in conversation, that's it, right? So even if it's an internal dialogue, maybe you're not that close to your dad. For other people who are listening, you can still have internal conversations, right? Say, Dad, just sit down with them and talk with them in the spirit realm and say, you know, I see you're not feeling good. I see that you feel all worn out. What could you do that would alleviate that pain? And stick with them in that conversation for at least 5 minutes. You know, it is amazing what you can do in a fraction of the time. And when you come from a place of love, man, listen, it's already done. So there's something else. I saw the word doubt in your context. And here's something that I want you all to take on. Words like doubt, dumb, numb, even debt. Yeah, the words debt. If you're indebted to anyone, declare and decree today, I don't owe any man anything but love. And whatever needs to be satisfied betwixt me and them, guess what's going to happen? Love is going to figure out a way. Love is going to work it out. The love, how you're going to do it, even if you're in a situation where you don't know what or how you're going to get out of it, it's going to be resolved because you're looking at it from a place of love. And love is not some, magnificent thing where you tiptoe through the tulips. Love is the greatest force on the face of the earth. And when you're operating from a place of absolute concern, of absolute wanting to be satisfied and fulfilled in every way, and wanting that for every human being on earth, things begin to change. One of the lessons that I learned is when you're paying an expense, what you do is you pray for every single person that's going to see that payment, that's going to see and actually process the transaction. That's how you begin to get yourself out of things. But guess what? It's not just you, but the greater good, greater God, greater universe that is in you. Keep looking within for the answer, because the universe itself is modeled after you. So I hope this answers some of your questions, and hopefully everyone that sees this will be blessed by it. Know that every subliminal, every time I jump on here and say something to you, with you, and for you, understand that it is already prayed over, prayed with, that it works and gives you magnificent miracles, boundless blessings everywhere around you, so that you will know that when you took part in this, you can mark in time, when I watched this, when I heard this, when I saw that, it changed everything. So have a great day. I'll see you soon. And yes, 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 with full integrity, I will be here again this week, because I know this is a prompting for me to actually be here and be more present with you. And let me know if you want some of these chats, some of these drive-bys again, for you to be empowered. And I'm going to call it something other than a drive-by, because those usually don't end up well. But if you want me to drop by and talk to you a little bit more about how to walk through these subliminals and how to walk a faith-filled life without being preachy, salesy, or anything else, then that's what this is about. I want you to use this every single day in your life so that you'll get to where you need to go sooner rather than later, and not have to sit back and be wishy-washy, or have so many questions. I want you to be bold and the full confidence that whatever it is that we set out our minds to do, that we get it, and we get it done quickly and efficiently. So God bless each and every one of you. Talk to you in a little bit. Mwah!